Hi friends, happy International Women's Day everyone. Today at MGC we are going to celebrate equality, visibility, sisterhood, women's right, and especially women's right to be a Java developer. I'm Anastasia Novik, I'm MGC Community Manager, and I'm very pleased to introduce to you Irina Savitskaya. Hi Ira. Ira is a lead Java engineer at EPAM Systems. Ira, how are you?
Hi all, hello.
As this video will be released on 8th of March, International Women's Day, so my first question will be about this day. How do you celebrate it, or how do you used to celebrate it, if something changed in last years?
Okay, thanks. I got your question. For me personally, and I think for the people with mentality in our country, 8th of March, it's more about spring holiday, you know. Nature wakes up, winter is over, and it's a day when flowers are everywhere and you could celebrate, congratulate your colleagues, for example, moms, sisters. That's why for me it's a day of appreciations. Not so long time ago, I read the full history of this day and was surprised to read that it's about equality and so on. But in our country, in our mentality, I think it's more about spring, good mood, etc.
Do you have some impression that something has changed in last year? I mean, for women in the country, or maybe you feel it just that you work in IT, that something has changed here. So you, I don't know, your attitude to this holiday.
I never felt that my rights are not appreciated or something like this. That's why we moved to the gender equality, and I think maybe here men's a little bit suffer because we do not celebrate any men holidays, right? But women always under attention. That's why, I think.
How did you get into the IT field?
I got in IT when it was not mainstream. I was lucky. In my last year in the university, EPAM opened Java Lab, and I was among the first students. Then I had a practice in EPAM, and finally I got a job.
Great, thank you. That is actually my my next question will be about your educational background.
Actually, I'm a programmer.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a mathematician, programmer. In my diploma, I have degree.
So you your career continue always. Your career is always around mathematics, informatics.
Yep.
Yeah, great. And how many years did it take for you to become a lead Java engineer, as you are now?
To become a lead, it took me 6 years.
Oh, is it a long time?
I would say it's quite standard way, because you started as a junior, then in a year you became just a developer middle, right? Then it took around 3 years to become a lead, or senior, sorry. And then it's depends on your activities, your project duties, etc. You could take, you could become a lead in 5 or 6 years.
Could you name some key trainings or courses that help you to become this, to get to this position?
Unfortunately, there is no such silver bullet. Then you could take this and these trainings and you're a lead. Unfortunately, it's not working in this case, in this way. You know that to become a lead, you need to have enough experience in different areas. You should try different tasks, and you should follow what is the expectation from this position. And I'm glad that in EPAM we have competency matrix where you could see, okay, as a lead I should be doing this and this, and it's helped me in my preparation, because, for example, I saw, okay, English should be at B2 level, and my level was B1, and I spent maybe a year with main accent on English, because I wanted to match this matrix. And also, I'd like to say that currently in EPAM we have a lot of the educational programs that help you to grow from D2 to D3, from D3 to D4, and it's great. And back to my case, I think that I didn't take some training, but I participated in a lot of different activities, and main activities that helped me to grow and to understand that I'm ready for the lead position is mentoring. That's why I highly recommend to try yourself as a mentor, to try knowledge sharing, because it's help you to understand and dig deeper in your knowledge in some areas.
I think it's kind of classical tip that if you want to learn something, you have to teach something.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely true.
Great, thank you. I know actually that you stayed already 10 years at the same project. Is it true?
Yes, it's true. It sounds maybe terrific and how 10 years, because people prefer to change project every 2 years, and some have a goal change even companies every 4-5 years, but I'm some kind of different type of person. I like stability. And I'm happy to be part of my current project. Actually, main focus of my project is the recognition, and recognition is some kind of other way to say thank you. Like, you help me, I, for example, have ability to say only thank you, right? Or give a badge in But our platform allow to give award and a reward, and then employee could change their point with some e-commerce stuff on the side. Yeah, that's why it's great that we're working on the such cool demand as recognition, and they really like it. And our project is very big, and it has a lot of different teams. That's why during this time I had a chance to be part of different teams. I started as a web developer in one team, then I moved to another, and main focus was different integrations and B2B web services like True backend stuff. Then I moved to the another, I would say, unique team. We are doing migration of the current infrastructure to the AWS cloud, and it's quite challenging thing. And that's why, like, I never bored. And I changed the team, I changed the domain, like areas, let's say. And also during this period of time, I grew from just a developer to lead. I mean, from the roles perspective. That's why, like, I think that I can't say that I just did nothing and didn't learn anything for these 10 years.
Don't you like the variety? I mean, so it's always kind of pretty the same people around you, as I understand.
No, that our initially our team, even on the BAM side, was around 20 people, and now in the BAM side we have around 150. That's why, like, I even don't know a lot of the people.
It's hard to know everyone.
Yeah, that's why, like, it's great that our teams are so mixed with the customer ones. That's why, like, you feel as a part not only of EPAM but my customer as well. Yeah, that's why it's great.
What task do you find the most challenging in this project?
I think that right now it's a migration to the cloud, because our infrastructure is very, very big, and we have a lot of different type of the servers, like our main server and some other servers. And migration of each server type require additional work. Like, you migrate one, but it's not enough for you to use the same and migrate another one. That's why, like, it's constant challenge to figure out what is working in your current setup and what will not work into the AWS. That's why, like, we identify these places, doing POC, how to make it working into the cloud environment, etc., etc. That's why, like, it's challenging.
So if you said that there are a lot of people around you and a lot of other engineers around you in these projects, and what is the way of becoming a leader then? or how to compete and get there first?
Actually, I think that I never compete to become a leader. My main goal always to be an expert in the area where I'm working, right? That's why I hard work to become an expert in where I am. And it's so cool that not only EPAM people trust your opinion, but customer as well rely on your opinions. Why, like, I always was trying to do a little bit more than expected. Like, that like I will do this and plus some extra. I was very active on meetings, always active. That's why. I'm always was ready to take some additional responsibilities.
Does it mean that you compete with yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here, I also know that you are head of Java assessment in your location. What is assessment, and how did you become a head of it?
Assessment is a process to evaluate employee skills. As you know, EPAM has offices all over the world. That's why, like, expectation from senior in different countries should be the same. And assessment, the main goal of assessment to achieve this. That's why, like, in every committee we have experts at least from 2 different countries, and it helps us to evaluate employee globally.
And why assessment? How did you become a head? How did you get into the assessment?
It's a long story, but I'll try to describe it in short. I was a candidate in my assessment session, and after that I decided to join assessment process. I wanted to be a committee head who will be always on the candidate side because it's very stressful. Yeah, that's why, like, I wanted to be a head who will create the nice atmosphere during the assessment. Avoid
A good policeman.
Yes. And I wanted to be a committee head who will review carefully the questions to avoid some unexpected, because the assessment, it's not a tech interview, it's a friendly discussion about your achievement. That's why, like, we all work in EPAM. That's why, like, to create a stressful situation for the candidate, it's not very fair, because you already in EPAM, you already prove. That's why, like, assessment, it should be discussion about what have you done from previous level to the next one. Is it enough to be a senior, or maybe you need to learn something more, right? That's why, like, people often afraid of assessment because of getting negative result. But I'm always repeat to my people, to the people who ask me, that negative result, it's not that you are bad and not ready. It's just feedback for you, what you need to improve, that you have some gaps, and if you fix it, you will be ready for the next level. That's why negative result, it's just feedback, and you could use it as a plan to preparation. That's why, like, change your mind and don't be afraid of assessment. It's not so bad. I was head. I handled a lot of the session, and once ex-country head of Belarus called me and proposed me to be a committee head instead of him, and I decided to agree because I'm always open to the new opportunities. It's a new challenge. You could learn something new, to meet new people. That's why, like, I said, okay. And the only thing that I'm the only woman country head. I'm the only woman country head, and I highlight this, not problem, just issue, and told the global Java discipline head that we need to pay attention to it and bring more girls. That's why, like, I hope that soon I will be not the only one woman.
Is it a challenge to be only a woman as a country head in such an important or responsible position?
It depends on personality, and again, people who around me, they are very cool, and I never feel that I'm a woman and they do not allow me to do something. I could even tell you more that one of the challenge I had with assessment is to create a simplified version of assessment for the top performers. Like, not to have this full, like, 1.5 hour of the discussion, but maybe if the person is a superstar, we could somehow simplify. And I've organized the working group. It was me and 4 another nice men. And we spent almost a year to develop a new type of assessment, let's call it this way. And it's great that now it's live and available. But again, it was me and like 4 men, but I didn't feel that something wrong with that.
For you as a person who makes it easier for EPAM employees, for some EPAM employees, I think.
Yes, I hope.
Yeah. Do you did you experience some curious or maybe funny situation during this procedure, this process?
Currently, I am head of 2 these offline committees, as I mentioned, for this simplified process. And we expect a lot of the document, because if you don't have a session, you should prove that you have all expected skills, right? And recently, this was a case when the candidate provided document, but a lot of the content was struck out.
Why?
Because of non-disclosure agreement. And we said, okay, come on, but how we can evaluate it? Expert said, no, we are not going to read on this case because it's impossible. When you see on the diagrams just the triangles, whatever, circles, etc., and in the document it's just cross. And the guys had to rework this. But it was funny to see just this document.
Interesting. As we're talking today also about some gender differences, are there any differences how men and women pass or prepare for the assessment? Did you notice something interesting?
I think that it depends not on gender but personality. Because I know very active girls who is becoming a senior not in expected 3 years but early, and men who like a little bit afraid to take assessments. That's why it's more personality. The only thing I can admit that we have much more requests from men than women. But I think that is because nowadays there are more men in Java discipline. But it's changing step by step. Yeah, slowly, but it's changing.
Let's move on to your third position in EPAM. I also know that you're a resource manager. So how many people do you have in your pool, and what is actually particularly remarkable about this position?
I have 8 people in my resource pool, and you will laugh, only 3 boys among them. It's why, yeah, it's changing.
It's changing.
I like being a RAM. I really enjoy this role because I can see my subordinate evaluation and transformation, and you help them, you could share your experience. And I have few people, I was a mentor into the Java lab, and now they I'm going to pass the assessment for senior position, and it's so cool to see how they grow, and that's why it's cool.
Does it feel like too much responsibility, because you're kind of responsible for these people, for their assessment as well?
I enjoy it, that if you enjoy everything that you're doing, maybe it's not so overcomplicated, because it's my choice to be RM, it's my choice to be a country head. That's why, for me, it's okay.
How do you organize this process? Because it's kind of, as I know, all these people are different. They work for different. Often they work for different projects. How do you meet with them? How do you build the communication?
In my group, one thing, we are all working on the same project. Yeah, these 8 people, they're from my project, and it's but we're in different teams. And you get feedback from the different people who are working with them, and I have one-to-one every once a month if we are not preparing for the assessment, but if the person indicate, okay, I want to take part in assessment, then we change our schedule because all people need some push. And we start to meet like every week or every 2 weeks, and I'm asking, okay, how is your progress? And maybe 1 or 2 months it will be, I haven't done anything, I'm sorry, okay, I will prepare for the next time. And after this routine, they start hard working on the preparation and prepare their presentation, take some trainings, etc. That's why, like, it's working this way. At least I'm working this way with my people.
So are you proud of them?
Yes.
Yeah, great. And okay, so about your career, what career key moments that lead you to the current position could you distinguish?
I will separate these key moments into this way. From roles, I also am certified Java interviewer, and this was one of the important thing that I wanted to achieve, because like I'm able to evaluate every person and understand their level, right? It's helped me to understand where I am, because when you're talking with the people outside, you see, okay, technology has changed, right? Maybe I need to read about this new thing, okay. Then another was getting the position of the country head of Belarus and Iran. Yeah, I think that it's this position took time, but they gave me a lot from the experience perspective. And also, I've finished several very big EPAM trainings that also helped me to increase my leadership. I finished the Solution Architecture School, Delivery Management School, and Leadership Essential School. Yeah.
I'm just impressed. How do you find time for everything?
Can I kill you the very last point? I'm proud. I really all is good, and I did it, but because I wanted. But one thing, I was very surprised and shocked when I got it. But it's last year I got EPAM Impact Award from Arkady Dobkin, yeah, and this one shows that everything I'm doing means something. Yeah, that's why, like, it was. I'm not crying, but it was. I was reading in this. You got this award, and look at this page. I don't know, several days.
It's because it's surprise. So that it means that your colleagues were voting for you, and they kind of chosen you for this award.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it feels very good, I think.
Yeah.
So, and let's move on. What do you like the most and the least in your job, in your career?
If we're talking about my current work, I like to work with clever people. People who can give me something. I could learn something from them. That's why, like, I like this, my new team. Well, it's new team, but my current team and current project, because I still have opportunity to try new things, to learn new things, because like we are in the process of migration to the new technology stack. That's why, like, it's like a lot of the movement. That's why, like, I enjoy all of this stuff, and I like write code. If we're talking about least, to be honest, I don't like when you do an immigration and you doing for some legacy code and you need to modify this code and you open and there is no unit test. And it's killing me because I should not only do my job, but I should do the job who didn't that wasn't done by other person. So like I don't like this part, and I'm glad that now almost we don't face with this such situation. But in the past, it was meetings for meetings, like that. When you just talking and like you 1 hour talking and there is no output. That's why like I'm not a fan of this such kind of meetings.
You are now Java lead developer, head of Java assessment, resource manager. Do you have any ideas how your future career will look like?
It's a very great question.
Yeah.
Because I'm I'm a lead for long, and the main thing that I'm looking myself. That's why I tried in delivery and architecture and so on, because I'm trying to find my place. And this year I promised my resource manager to take an assessment and move to the track B. And the things that now I have something that match my expectation. It's a new position in EPAM, engineering manager.
Engineering manager.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. What will you do at this position?
As I understood,
what new will you do? Because I think that kind of a lot of things will be the same.
but it's why like it's another way to go to the title. You're doing to the assessment. You already doing all of this, and it's a way just to get a new title.
Okay, now I have one not really pleasant question, but did you faced sexism or misogyny during your career? Because we know that actually IT sphere is kind of very modern, but still maybe.
Luckily, no.
Luckily, no. But have you heard about such cases, maybe from your colleagues?
Oh, not really. And I'm grateful for people around me that I never thought about sexism at all. The only funny thing was one of the first business trip on the customer side. They didn't have a girl as a developer. It was only men. And initially, like architect, like didn't take into account your opinion. But after one, like it's not sexism, but like it's like didn't
It's kind of
rely
sexism.
on. No.
Okay, I don't know. I just
No. I mean that it was the you and you. Like maybe it's for the maybe boys feel the same. The main thing that in the beginning of the business trip, your opinion didn't mean a lot, but after a week, I was able to change opinion of one architect about the girls and coding skills, and it was great. After that business trip, we became a very good friends, and he like always he started to rely on me. This was great.
It's really cool to hear about such cases, such stories. Yeah, it's a nice example. And now, how do you manage all this what you talk about? How do you manage it, and how do you get to the work-life balance? Do you have any hobbies, or maybe how much time do you spend on them?
Life balance. Things that I dream to achieve, but to be honest, I'm bad with this thing, because all these activities, as you understand, it takes a lot of time. That's why almost all my life the work was on the first place, and that's why like other areas of life were suffering from it. But I read not so long time ago an interesting book, Extreme Time Management, and I tried to follow the advice from this book, and my life is getting better.
Extreme time management. Yeah. What kind of advice could you maybe give to our listeners? This advice
To read this book.
to read this book. It's smart. Yeah, but not everybody has this time. Okay.
No, it's very easy to read, and it's you build up a circle of your life with different areas, and you evaluate where I am right now and where I'm going would like to be. And initially, my circle looked like work, maybe finances, somewhere like expected, like normal level, but the rest was down. I had problem in relationship, like I didn't have enough time for family. That's why like everything has cost. That's why I think twice.
How do you relax?
I like sport. You don't expect to hear this answer, but I'm playing basketball.
Yeah, but it's cool actually.
Yeah, maybe my hate is not enough, but I love basketball.
But your
and
character is enough. It's obviously, I can say it for sure.
yeah, and I'm glad that we have a group of the girls who also like basketball. It's not a professional at all. We rent a gym, and every Saturday we are playing 2 hours in basketball. And this is the cool way to get away from all negative emotions, because you just need to rush, move, think, and these 2 hours I don't have any problems.
No, so it's sport. Okay. Something else?
Time to time I join pool or gym. It's also help.
Even swimming pool.
Swimming pool, yeah.
If not a Java engineer, who would you become?
In my diploma, full thing, it's a mathematician programmer with capability to be a teacher of mathematics and informatics. I could be a teacher and a good teacher because I think I'm quite a good mentor and I like knowledge sharing. That's why it's the salary of the teachers would be higher. Maybe one day I will become a teacher. Or to be serious, after our university, I had a chance to join in IT department in bank. Several people I knew did this way. That's why bank worker or teacher.
A teacher, but when you was a kid, what was your dream? Who you wanted to be when you was a kid?
I dreamed to be a lawyer or policeman.
Oh, really?
I always fight for justice. It's from childhood.
Ah, okay. So, but now, as I can see, you are very happy with your career. Yeah, and what is for you to be a Java engineer in the modern time in 2023?
It's learn, and learn. Because technology are changing so fast, and what was new and important like 10 years ago, now it's nobody even remember about it. That's why it's constant learning. You need to be aware what is in trend, what is going to be in trend. That's why you understand, okay, cloud will be cloud are in trend now. Then maybe I need to take some courses, pass certification, etc. That's why I just read about technologies and talk with people from different projects, what they're using, and just to have a list of technologies I should learn, read or something like this, and work on it.
And then what is for you to be a woman in 2023?
The same as it was in 2022.
Even.
But to be honest, be more for me is being myself, and I'm very grateful for things that in the palm I do not fight for equality, right? I have same right as men. I never felt that I have less possibilities for something. That's why it's cool to be part of this cool company and work with great people.
What would you wish those young girls who is now going to or making their first steps in the IT? What will be your wish, your kind of advice for them?
I would advise to create a plan, because in IT, it's a very high entrance level. You know, that because it's not enough just to learn Java. Some people think that, okay, I will read a book about Java and I will be a Java developer. No, it's not enough, because you need to know, if you want to be a Java developer, first is Java, then you need to know SQL, then you need to know Spring, etc., etc. That's why, like, to build up this minimal thing, trying to attend some good training, because it's very hard to do on your own. In your first step, it's very good to have a mentor who will help and guide you. That's why, like, I miss that currently there is no EPAM Java Lab, because they had the great programs, and after these labs we got a very strong junior specialist. Yeah, that's why it's like the program, that's why, like, material, it's first thing, then English. Because if you want to be part of international company, you need to improve your English, because you could be a great coder, but if you cannot explain your solution, it will be a main problem, and this will complicate your promotion way, like, you know, that your career will be not so fast. And material, English, and patient. Because it takes time to be a Java developer.
Great, thank you. And I think it will be the last question. What inspires you?
I like to work with clever people, and these clever people inspire me. I really enjoy to be part of the team where I see such talented people, and every day I think one day I reach their level, and their great technical skills and soft skills, they some kind of indicator and example for me, and I'm always trying to achieve. That's why, like, on the one hand, I compete with myself to be better than I was yesterday, and on the other hand, I'm trying to achieve their level. Because when you work with strong people, it's motivate you to be better.
Thank you, Ira, a lot for such a nice conversation. I'm very pleased to have you today here, and I have one gift for you. Give me a minute. Yeah, here are some stickers. MGC with Marlik.
Oh,
and yeah, here is something else to
Thank
keep you warm.
Oh.
To keep you warm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love hoodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a collection of different.
Then you're a
hoodies.
programmer.
Yeah, project. I had a tradition every year. We had a new hoodie. Yeah, that's why, like.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of we have very little of them now, but kind of exclusive for you. Yeah. Yeah, thank you a lot, and I think we all of us celebrate today International Women's Day still, and I wish everyone good celebration and meaningful, and to be surrounded with such a great professional and beautiful women as.
Thank you so much. And girls, never give up. Everything will be okay. See you, and good luck in your first steps.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Wow.